Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, that's GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwat across the four winds. It's your brother Batamayim coming to you with a quick lesson on the micro Charagma. Now, I took a screenshot of this. I was watching a brother video. This was about a year ago. I ended up not doing a lesson on it, but I was going through my photos and I saw it and I was like, you know what? You know, the elder apostles have been going into, pushing, the micro Charagma, that grain of rice that's going to go under your skin so that you could buy or sell even more since we're coming closer and closer to that hour of temptation. So I wanted to bring out some precepts on it, in the book of Revelation, just to kind of go into it. So this is from Goldex IPPO, the microchip implant secured by blockchain. So the blockchain is going to have you, it's going to be linked into the micro Charagma, but it's going to have, actually, let's go here. So you see this circle around the hand, it has your medical, food, etc. and etc. So on the blockchain, it's going to have pretty much everything connected to that micro Charagma. And as you can see it, it's the implant, the microchip implant in thy hand. But, it's from GMS News of Moth, the true news, which the prophets, starting with the elder apostles on down, we're bringing you the truth, the true news according to the scriptures. We try to break it down to the simplest form, to wake up the hopeful elect, which is the 12,000 from the 12 tribes of Israel, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, but it's the 144,000 men, that's across the four winds, mainly here in America. But it's that micro Charagma, that they're going to force upon us. But, that's going to be some that don't take it. If you do take it, there's some consequences for that. You're going to be sent, so like you're going to be sent to the spirit world. But first precept I have is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he, which he is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, the cave dweller, Esau Edom, mainly these elites, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So that word, their mark is Charagma, which is going to be that grain of rice that's going to be inserted, into your hand so that you could buy or sell. And matter of fact, let me grab this. Because you have some people who always say, well, inside your right hand, it's not just about being in the right hand. Most people are right-handed, but your hands, it could be either or. Your hands, your forehead, and I like when brothers be like in your kneecap. If they insert that in you, that means that you're given over to this wicked system, this beast system. Revelation 20:4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai and for the word of Yahweh power. So, for this word, we come in truth and sincerity. This truth that the apostles bring out there, the doctrine through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Some of us will be beheaded. They already have these guillotines that they've been imported. So for this word, so let me continue on, in which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image. So going into the image, represent, this devil's legislation and, so on and so forth, which resembles Rome. Even the apostles, back during the Roman times, they didn't give in to, the wicked system. They continued to preach, to the Israelites, the truth, about what's to come. So in which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, which is the point, their forehead or in their hands. So it could be either hand, or, any part of your body. And they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years. So it's not just going to be focused on just your right hand. Revelation 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell. So as you can see here, you have all of these, icons. So you have all these different icons, goes into the medical, you have food, so on and so forth. So how are you going to pay for your medical? How are you going to have a so-called passport or an ID, driver's license, all these other privileges, without buying, paying for it? How are you going to have even a business? You're going to need that micro charagma to navigate in this society, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. You go into Chi stigma when you go into the 666, which goes into the insertion of the micro charagma all the way to having all of this data implemented on that grain of rice. Technology has been getting smaller and smaller and smaller just for this point, for that hour of temptation to come upon us. But if you take that micro charagma, you're going to be destroyed. So Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So that image, goes back into, this legislation, the different laws that this society has been pushing, Esau, Edom, which this is Rome, 2.0. So that's how you get, going to the beast. Revelation 14:10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah power, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And indignation is a righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So in the presence of the holy angels and the Lamb, you're going to be tormented. It's not going to be a short period of time. It's going to feel like, a long period of time. If you get hit when you get hit with those ICBM nuclear missiles, that's that fire. So you're going to be tormented with fire, for it's going to feel like a very long time if you take that mark of the beast. So you have head people in Israel who are preaching that you can take it and take it out. No, once you insert that, you've given yourself over. Not only that, once you put it inside of you, that grain of rice, it's going to pretty much mold or conform to your muscles. Like your muscles are going to pretty much grow over, like your skin and everything's going to grow over. So it's going to virtually be impossible for you to, take that out without cutting your hand off or something like that. You're going to bleed out. And if you do take it, you're going to end up getting cancer because it pushes out radiation. So you shouldn't be inserting that into your skin anyway. And it's also against the scriptures to insert things into your body anyway. So you don't need to insert a foreign object. So taking that grain of rice, ultimately is a death sentence. So you should want to give up your life, for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. As a matter of fact, let me end off on this. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah power shall fight for thee. So strive for the truth unto death. Strive for this, for this word. Keep pushing forward Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah and not taking the micro charagma, which is the RFID microchip. It's nothing else. It's not philosophies. It's not sleeping with white women. It's not anything other than the RFID microchip. And you have even other heathen nations pushing forward that it's the microchip, that micro charagma, that grain of rice. But you have people in Israel, which I believe that they're set up, through the angels to have people in Israel deceived, so therefore that they can't take it and be destroyed. Because there has to be a 2/3, there has to be a 1/3, then there has to be a hopeful elect, which is 144,000 men. So Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying and straight to the point. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, that's GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect, Shalom, and the Baal Babal.